Welcome, everyone, to our third annual Health and Wellness Expo, Find Your Swagger. I'm Donna Greening, Parkinson Canada's Education and Program Innovation Coordinator. And hosting with me today is Morgan Buchel, Parkinson Canada's Community Partnerships Coordinator. Before we get started, we want to go over a few quick housekeeping items. It is very important for everyone attending this webinar to remain muted so that our presenters remain as the active screen for everyone. During our breakout sessions, please also stay muted unless the session leader invites you to unmute yourselves while in their breakout room. From coast to coast, we acknowledge the ancestral and unceded territories of Inuit, Métis, and First Nations peoples. To access closed captioning, click on the CC Captions button along the bottom of your window, and then click on Show Subtitle. Because this webinar has segments where audience participation is encouraged, we are using a meeting format instead of the usual webinar format. You have the option of viewing this event in speaker view, where the person who is speaking will appear on your device on a large screen, or in gallery view, where you see many small screens, including one with the person who is speaking. We strongly suggest you use speaker view so that you'll be better able to see the presentations and follow along. You can choose your view by clicking on the View button on the top right of your screen and then clicking on the view you want.
During the webinar, there will be 2 breakout sessions, during which times you can choose the breakout room you'd like to explore. If you're interested in more than 2 rooms, don't worry. All the session leaders sent us abbreviated recordings of their breakout room sessions, and they'll be included in our final recording. We remind you that individuals taking part in any physical activity should consult with their healthcare team before participating. By taking part in the Find Your Swagger Health and Wellness Mini-Expo, you are willingly and voluntarily assuming any risks or injuries, known and unknown, which might occur as a result of participating in this webinar, and agree that Parkinson Canada will not have any liability for such injuries. Following the webinar, we will send an email with a recording link and details on all 6 of the programs, including their contact information. So there is no need to take any notes.
Before we begin the first breakout session, I'd like to introduce you to Peter Jarvis. Peter has been learning, teaching, and performing improv since 2019, having taken it up to help him deal with the cognitive impacts of Parkinson's disease, and he says it's working so far. He can be found supporting improv programs focused on serving the Parkinson's community, linking the foundational elements of improv with specific Parkinson's symptoms. Peter has an economics degree from the Royal Military College, a law degree from the University of Victoria, and spent 30 years as a commercial lawyer. He lives in Vancouver and enjoys a broad range of outdoor activities and leadership volunteer roles. Welcome, Peter.
Thanks, Donna. Thank you for that kind and generous welcome, and good morning and good afternoon from Vancouver. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's in January of 2017. The diagnosis took about 10 minutes, and I clearly recall my reflexive response of, well, I didn't expect that. And then I got on with the job of living my life. I was busy as a lawyer and business leader at the peak of my professional abilities and responsibilities. No time for regret, anger, fear. Parkinson's was my new reality, but it didn't really impact me in a disruptive and substantive way. Over the next 6 or so months, the effects of Parkinson's began to intrude into my life, particularly around executive function, which had a direct and intrusive impact on my professional responsibilities. This in turn led to the realization that my only choice in life was how do I choose to respond to Parkinson's. And this, my friends, is truly the only choice any of us have around the important elements and events of our lives that occur. How do we choose to respond? And this brings me to the emotional why of improv and its special importance to people with Parkinson's. Improv at its heart is about the participants in a scene making offers to each other on what comes next in a given sketch or scene and choosing how to respond. So, when you're part of a scene and you receive an offer of the next piece in the narrative, you can respond in one of three ways. Yes, I accept your offer, and this is my offer, building on yours. Or, yes, but, the passive aggressive response. Or the third choice is no, which ends the line of scene development. Now, to digress for a moment into some practicalities. With Parkinson's, the only real thing that is recognized and accepted as slowing down the progression of the disease is regular and intense physical exercise. Physical exercise to slow the physical impacts of Parkinson's, the motor impacts. And we assert cognitive exercise in the form of improv to slow the cognitive impacts of Parkinson's. For Parkinson's and improv, the primary benefiting mechanisms would appear to be enhanced neuroplasticity, disinhibition, learned projection, voice and expression, and body, and the defanging of fear. Beneficial cognitive impacts can include word search is reduced, increased spontaneity, you settle for the good enough word. I was a lawyer and I was a word guy my whole career and my whole life. I always had the perfect $12 word for any given conversation. With Parkinson's, I've had to learn to let go of the $12 words. And when I've got word search issues, I have to settle for the $4 word or the $6 word. Pierre Poilievre would be very approving in the economic savings perspective of that comment. Working memories improved through improved listening skills and a need to keep track of the thread of the scene. Multitasking, coordinating actions with expressions and sounds that contribute to the story thread. Mood improved through permission to laugh, to be silly, to share. Confidence improved. You learn and practice to fail with grace and humor. You silence or at least make peace with your inner critic. Beneficial physical impacts resulting from or arising out of improv can include improved vocalization. You practice and learn to speak loudly and clearly. Reduce facial masking through exaggerating your facial expressions to project mood. And finally, improved mobility through moving your body to reflect your role in the unfolding storyline. Now, a few shout outs before we get to play. To Parkinson's Canada and its ongoing support of the Improv for Parkinson's program developed and presented by, among others, Stevie and Dan Dumshaw and our colleagues with the Improv for Work and Wellness team. And secondly, to my improv coach, fellow instructor and mentor, Dan Dumshaw. Under his tutelage, I was part of the very first Improv for Parkinson's course in Canada in the fall of 2019. I'm still at it 5 years later. Donna, back to you.
Thank you so much, Peter, for sharing those experiences with us. We are now, as Peter said, going to get to the fun part now. We are going to have our first breakout session where you will all have the opportunity to select one of 6 breakout rooms. In each virtual room, you can choose to just watch and listen, but in most of them, there's the option of following along the activity from home. These are the rooms that you can choose from. Room 1, Dance, hosted by Dancing with Parkinson's. Dancing with Parkinson's offers daily, free in-person and online dance and movement classes for people living with Parkinson's disease across Canada and around the world. Room 2, Singing, hosted by Singing with Parkinson's. Singing with Parkinson's addresses the vocal challenges associated with Parkinson's through exercises from musical theater and swallowing muscle exercises borrowed from vocal therapists, resulting in stronger voices, improved breath control, a sense of belonging, pride in learning, and for some, better sleep after class. Room 3, Nordic pole walking, hosted by One Step Ahead Mobility. For people with Parkinson's, Nordic pole walking can help promote a more upright posture, steady walking pace, and improved coordination by engaging both the arms and the legs. Room 4, Improv for Parkinson's, hosted by Improv for Work and Wellness. Improv for Parkinson's introduces students with Parkinson's to the foundations of improvisation and applying improv skills such as presence, celebrating mistakes, and teamwork to life with Parkinson's. Room 5, Boxing, Strength, and Conditioning, hosted by U-Turn Parkinson's. Their program, Empower You, is an upbeat Parkinson's-specific class providing a full-body workout, combining functional strength training, stretching, range of motion, coordination, balance, boxing, and agility exercises. And last but not least, Room 6, Tai Chi, hosted by U-Turn Parkinson's. Tai Chi is a low-impact exercise class focusing on balance, coordination, and flexibility through guided flowing movements to improve posture, reduce rigidity, and lower the risk of falls while promoting relaxation, mindfulness, and breath control. The breakout sessions are not being recorded, so if you wish to turn on your camera so the leaders can see you, feel free to do so. In a moment, you will see a window pop up with the 6 breakout room choices. If you don't see them, click on the breakout rooms button, and that's 4 squares at the bottom of your screen. If you don't see that breakout room button, you might first need to click on the More button, and that's 3 dots. Then you simply click on the room that you want to visit, and then click on the blue Join button that's beside it. When the session ends, you'll automatically be brought back here to our larger gathering. Please remember, unless you are the room host, to remain muted. Please select the session that you wish to attend now.
Welcome back, everyone. We hope you all enjoyed our first breakout session. You will have one more opportunity to visit another breakout session in a few minutes. Before we begin the second breakout session, I'd like to introduce you to Rini Geist. Rini is a 78-year-old mother of 4 and a grandmother of 12 who has had a long history of work experiences over these many years. From teaching to working in an advertising agency, from being a potter to a writer. When she was diagnosed with Parkinson's 12 years ago, she sought and became involved with programs and groups to enable her to better understand and combat the disease and its symptoms. She participates in Dancing with Parkinson's and Singing with Parkinson's, and is eager to share her experiences with the Parkinson's community. Welcome, Rini.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rini Geist, a 78-year-old mother and grandmother who was diagnosed with Parkinson's 12 years ago. Since then, I've joined a variety of groups, as has been mentioned, to help me understand and manage my PD symptoms. I have 4 adult children who have 12 children of their own, and this would be a very lively group, except that they live all over the globe, in Ottawa, in Chicago, and California, and in Israel. So we aren't able to get together nearly as often as we would like to. This being the case, I've kept very busy on my own. I've attended informational webinars and meetings by Zoom, and in person. I've attended boxing classes in a gym, exercises in a pool, Dancing with Parkinson's Zoom classes, and Singing with Parkinson's also by Zoom. When I heard about Paula Wolfson and her Singing for Parkinson's Zoom group, I was uncertain about joining. You see, I'd been told I didn't sing very well. As a matter of fact, I was informed by that my singing voice was poor. It all started when I was in grade 6. My teacher, Miss Millsap, had entered my class in a citywide singing competition. We practiced every day, and Miss Millsap walked around the class, waving her hands like a conductor while we sang. When she came to my desk, she whispered in my ear that I should just mouth the words. No sound was to come out of my mouth. That's a confidence killer for sure. So I was very pleased to learn that at the start of every class, we're all muted, so we can only hear our own and our conductor, Paula's voice. Before beginning the singing portion of the class, Paula puts us through a warm-up routine, a number of vocal exercises to strengthen our breathing, our quiet voices, and our swallowing muscles, which have all been weakened by Parkinson's. One of the brain teasers that Paula does with us is this one. Please excuse my voice. If you chose Paula's group, then you're just going to hear this repeated. I'm sorry. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as Paula had said, we sing it faster and faster, and then backwards, starting with 8 and going down. It's a lot of fun. In an effort to keep the 1-hour classes fresh, Paula has introduced various themes to sing about. We sing about the seasons or the holidays, about decades gone by, or just silly songs just for the fun of it. She also changes it up by providing the opportunity to do a reading if we like. Paula sends each participant a kazoo when they join singing for Parkinson's. You can see I kazoo as well as I sing. It's a small musical instrument that produces a buzzing sound when the player sings or hums into it. It's a lot of fun as well. She makes the SoundCloud app available to all Parkinsongers. It holds all the songs we sing in class so that we can practice on our own. Paula's classes are free to attend thanks to Singing with Parkinson's events and Parkinson's community support. Her latest venture, All Aboard, has Paula booked as the artist on board the Via Rail Canadian train, singing her way from Toronto to Vancouver and back again. She will be providing free vocal workshops along the way. If you can't join her virtually, you can get a seat on the train, enjoy the music, and even sing along. I've been singing with Parkinson's for over 2 years now, and I enjoy every minute of it. My voice has remained quite strong, and I've become brave enough to volunteer to do readings. Not only do I get to sing as loudly as I like, I get to hear Paula's beautiful voice as she leads the singing and accompanies herself with a guitar. In order to encourage socialization among participants, Paula gives us the opportunity to remain online and to unmute ourselves after class and chat with each other for a few minutes. Singing with Parkinson's with Paula has become a valuable part of my week for so many reasons. Join, and it can become a terrific part of your week as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rini, for sharing your experiences with us. It's now time for the second breakout session, and we encourage everyone to visit a room that's different than the first one you visit during the first session. Again, these are the room choices. Room 1 is Dancing, hosted by Dancing with Parkinson's. Room 2 is Singing, hosted by Singing with Parkinson's. Room 3 is Nordic Pole Walking, hosted by One Step Ahead Mobility. Room 4 is Improv, hosted by Improv for Work and Wellness. Room 5, Boxing, Strength and Conditioning, hosted by U-Turn Parkinson's. Room 6, Tai Chi, hosted by U-Turn Parkinson's. Also, a reminder that the breakout sessions are not being recorded. So if you wish to turn your camera on so that the leaders can see you, feel free. When you see the window pop up with the 6 breakout rooms, make your selection by clicking on the room and then the blue join button beside it. If you do not see the room options, click on the breakout rooms button. That's the 4 squares at the bottom of your screen. If you don't see that button, you may first need to click on the more button. That's the 3 dots. You can now click the session you wish to attend now. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much to Sarah Robichaux from Dancing with Parkinson's, Paula Wolfson from Singing with Parkinson's, Sunan Anderson from One Step Ahead Mobility, Stephen Sheffer from Improv for Work and Wellness, Jordana Haig from U-Turn Parkinson's, and Tyler Hartwig from U-Turn Parkinson's for hosting breakout rooms with such engaging demonstrations and great information about Parkinson's programming. Their contact information will be included in the follow-up email we will be sending out once the recording is ready for viewing. To explore more Parkinson-specific programming and services in your area, I encourage you to visit Parkinson Canada's CareFinder directory. CareFinder is a user-friendly, innovative online tool that connects individuals with Parkinson's and their care partners to Parkinson's-informed service providers nearby. You can explore the tool by visiting carefinder.parkinson.ca. I'm excited to share that Parkinson Canada has launched the Care Fund, which recently granted $100,000 to support local programs that improve the quality of life for people living with Parkinson's and their care partners. Thanks to the generosity of our donors, we're able to fund innovative programs focused on exercise, education, and mental health, particularly in underserved and remote communities. In our follow-up email, you'll find details on the first Care Fund recipients. If you know of a program that could benefit from this funding, please email carefund@parkinson.ca.
Thanks so much, Morgan. On behalf of everyone here today, Morgan and I want to thank Peter and Rini for sharing their Parkinson's journeys with us. Again, a huge thank you to Dancing with Parkinson's, Singing with Parkinson's, One Step Ahead Mobility, Improv for Work and Wellness, and U-Turn Parkinson's for hosting the breakout rooms. We hope that today's Mini-Expo inspires you to find your own swagger, to move with purpose, and embrace the possibility of living confidently and unapologetically about the way you move in the world. We also want to remind you to consult your own healthcare team about activities that are appropriate for you. If you're watching a recording of this webinar, please continue viewing after we sign off. Pre-recorded demonstration videos from all 6 breakout room leaders will follow. You are also invited to join us at the next webinar, Pump Therapies for Parkinson's, where we will be discussing Duodopa and Vyalev. The webinar is on Wednesday, October 16th from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern. Watch your email inboxes for more details and a registration link. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See you in October.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Sarah Robichaux, and I am the founder and CEO of Dancing with Parkinson's. At Dancing with Parkinson's, we come together every single day of the year, 365 days a year, right here to dance for 30 minutes, to get to know each other, to make connection to community, and to move our bodies in a way that feels good to us. Dancing with Parkinson's is a research-backed, science-proven, evidence-based program specifically designed to help benefit people living with PD and their care partners and their family members and their communities to find joyful ways to move their bodies, to express themselves. Dance has the ability to work our brains, our souls, and of course, our physicality. We work on expanding our range of motion. We work on coordination and flexibility. We work on expression through our faces and through our bodies. And we do all of this through choreography, where we tell stories. We use visualization and imagery. For example, shooting stars and leaves falling and rivers flowing. So we tell stories allowing our brains to sort of access neural pathways that maybe they haven't before. And those neural pathways through story and imagery and visualization create movement. And every movement that comes out of your body is the exact right one. Do what feels good. Don't do what doesn't feel good. This class is for you. It's available every day. It is free right from the comfort of your own home. And then we have classes all throughout the country where we can meet in person. So check us out, dancingwithparkinsons.com. And for now, let's dance together. Make sure your space where you're going to be dancing is completely clear of anything you might knock over. We're going to start by picking up roses and giving them to each other. So let's look at the rose bed below us. Are you ready to pick a rose? Pick a rose. Smell it. Give one to each other. Take one back. He loves me not. Pick it off. Toss those petals. Pick a rose up. Bend one out. Pull one back. He loves me. Loves me. Use all those finger and thumb combinations. Now we're going to reach for a balloon that's flying away. And pull it down. And reach for that balloon. Beautiful. Let's pick a rose down across the body. Give a rose to everyone who's dancing with us. And then you're going to throw the rose. Gorgeous. Pick your rose. Oh, it smells so good. And bring them. And throw the petals. Let's reach for that balloon. Fly. Put down. And fly away. Beautiful. Join me right now on the East Coast of Canada, where we're on a ship together riding the waves. Your waves can be as big or as small as you want them to be. We've been out at sea together a really long time, and it's early morning. Let's push back the fog. Push it behind you. Clear space. See the birds fly off in the distance. Fly up and down the waves and a big tidal wave. Ride your way to tidal wave and ride. Tidal wave. Ride. Ride. Strong sailor. Strong. He's about to cast his rope. Now cast rope. Cast. Pass the rope to each other. And now let's pull each other in. Pull. Pull. Ride those waves. You need a little splash at the end. Splash. Ride the wave. Splash. Maybe a swim. Crystal clear blue water. We swim toward each other and we say, will you dance with me? Here, say I'd love. I'd love to dance with you here. It's a beautiful day for dancing under the shooting stars. A beautiful day for dancing under the shooting stars.
Hi, I'm Paula Wolfson. I am the founder and conductor of Singing with Parkinson's. We'll be having our 10th anniversary next April 2025. We used to get together in person at the Canadian Opera Company, but the pandemic kiboshed that all. And so many people came to us during the pandemic that we now have participants all over Canada. So we're going to be keeping it on Zoom for the time being. We exercise our voices a lot. This class was designed specifically for those who have Parkinson's disease, so we're addressing vocal issues and swallowing issues through singing and vocal exercise. We learn new songs, we review old songs, we work out exercise for about 20 minutes, and then we sing for about 40. And then after class, there's a 10-minute optional hang-in if you'd like to meet people and have a little visit. It's not quite the same as in person, but it's nice still. So why don't we do a little sample? Make sure you are seated comfortably. Keep your shoulders nice and loose. And we're going to start with breathing because that's kind of essential to singing. We're going to breathe in through the nose like you're smelling something delicious. You're going to hold that for 4, and then you're going to let it out on 8, also with a sound like you're blowing out birthday cake candles. So it will sound something like this. And out. 6, 7, 8. In. Hold. Out. 6, 7, 8. In. Hold. Out. 7, 8. You want to try to get that breath down as deeply into your belly as you can. And I think you'll find that your blood pressure will lower a little bit. Stress will leave you. Happens to me. And now we're going to loosen our jaw with some chewing. Dig under your chair and find an old piece of stale gum or something, or a stale piece of bagel. Give it a good chew. Yeah. So we have breathed in, we've loosened our jaw. Let's do some swallowing muscle exercises. You're going to stick that tongue of yours out as far as it will go and leave it out for about 5 seconds and then bring it in. So it'll look something like this. Here we go. In, out, in, out, in. Good. Then we touch the nose and the chin and the ears. We give that tongue a good workout. Put your tongue between your teeth just a little bit and leave it there while you swallow. And relax. And again, tongue between the teeth just a little bit. Leave it there and swallow. Good. We're going to press the tongue up against the roof of the mouth. Hard. And leave it there while you swallow. I am in the habit of talking like this, which is also an exercise. So we're going to put the tongue between the teeth. We're going to count from 1 to 10. I want you to over-enunciate as if the tongue isn't even there. I want to hear consonants, which I won't hear because we're online, but you get the idea. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You never know what number I'm going to choose, and we go for a lot longer than 10. I promise you. Let's do another swallowing muscle exercise. This is one that bona fide singers do all the time, and it's super annoying in the dressing room, and your family dog might start barking too, but you're going to go up as high as you can with that voice of yours and slide down as low as you can, and then slide back up again, okay? There's no specific note. You pick it. Go as high as you can and as low. And every time you go up, try to get higher, and every time you go low, try to get lower, okay? Here we go. Good. What else do? We do tongue twisters, which are my very favorite thing. I just collect them from all over. I'll give you an easy one for now. Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss. Goes like this. Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss. Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss. It's easy when it's slow, isn't it? Here we go. Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss. Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss. And faster. Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss. Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss cheese, shredded Swiss, shredded Swiss. And it just turns into a big mess. And it's great fun. So those are just some samples of our exercises. They go on, and they're really good for you. And I will have recordings available for home practice for those people who do register and commit to coming to classes. Let's do a song. Let's do an appropriate one for now. I don't know how many of you would have met Bob Ashley, our wonder musician. He made some recordings for us, and one of them is called Summertime. Oh, and you'll see a little kazoo exercise in this one too. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. I send the lyrics out before class, so you'll get a PDF of lyrics, but I also share them on screen so that you can read them whilst we're singing. We use the kazoo for vocal exercise. It's a lot harder to get volume out of your voice when you hum than when you have your mouth open wide. So we're going to do a little kazooing too. So there's Summertime for you, which is rapidly coming to a close. And I guess by the time you see this, the kids will be back in school and we're going to start singing our fall and winter songs. So I hope you enjoyed that little sample, and I look forward to meeting you. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.
Hi, I'm Senhan Anderson. I'm a physiotherapist specializing in Parkinson's. I'm here today at One Step Ahead Mobility Clinic in Toronto, where we assess and provide the best evidence-based treatment for people with Parkinson's. We help our clients with their movement to achieve a more normal movement pattern, to increase awareness of their movement, and to improve their function in their daily activities and activities our clients want to continue doing. Each client has their own goals depending on what's important to them and activities they love to do, whether it's playing golf, going out to theaters, or being able to get down to the ground to play with their grandchildren. Today, I'll be discussing the benefits of using Nordic poles for people with Parkinson's, which is one of the tools that we sometimes use during our sessions. Research identifies Nordic walking as an effective form of rehab, and with proper training, it can provide improved patient outcomes. Here at One Step Ahead Mobility, we use urban poling poles. I've got here the activator poles, and these poles are designed by an occupational therapist and a gerontologist to maximize outcome for rehab and wellness. So the difference between other poles and these poles is that it's got the ergonomic handles to improve balance, strength, and offloading on the joints, as well as providing a comfortable grip. It's a little bit wider and it's got the ledge right here. It's also strapless to reduce the risk of injuries. We adjust the poles using the button lock system, and this system provides greater weight bearing capacity. And it has the 3 anti-vibration feature for increased comfort, and it comes with bell-shaped tips to provide better stability. The evidence-based research shows that the poles promote upright posture, it increases core strength, and helps with balance and stability. It promotes larger movements and more normal walking pattern. It also promotes socializing and being outdoors, which can help improve mood and decrease depression. I'll demo a few activities using these poles. First thing I want to talk about is posture. So you have the poles, if you have the poles right in front of you with the loose grip and you've relaxed your shoulders, your elbow should be bent to 90 degrees. So you can adjust your poles to this height. So the first thing is you've got the poles in front and you just are relaxed right here. Now you push down on that ledge and stand up with your big posture. Again, you're going down, relax, push down on the ledge and come up to your big posture. You can also do a mini squat or bend at the knees and hips and push down on those poles and stand up with your big posture. So that's the first part. The second thing is the core strength. In order to get your, when you're standing up straight like that and when you're pushing on this ledge, you're activating your upper extremity, you're also activating your core strength, your abs, your back muscles, and your lats, right? So, and you can feel it. When you push down, you can feel your abs engage versus when you're relaxed. Okay, so that's the second part. The third part is that these poles with the bell-shaped tips will give you improved stability. It's going to help you with your balance. So when you're doing any standing exercises using the poles, it's going to give you stability, right? But one thing is that instead of leaning on a chair or a counter while you're doing exercises in standing, when you use the poles, it's going to also challenge your balance a little bit more. So it gives you stability, but it's also better for your balance when you're using the poles versus using a counter. For walking, you want to have the poles sort of in front like this. You want to have a loose grip. You want to push down on those poles to stand up straight and take a step with the opposite leg and arm. So if I'm going with my right hand, I'm going to step with my left leg. Step, next, and every time I step, I'm pushing down on that ledge and standing up straight. Step, I'm keeping the poles straight down. Okay, so this will help if you need help with posture or balance. This style of walking is best. Another more traditional way of using Nordic poles for Nordic walking is these are the same activator poles, but I just switched out the bottom to a boot-shaped tip. A tip like this. For this style of walking, you want to relax your arms and you want to start walking and pushing the poles back and diagonally. I don't have as much space here, But if I'm walking outside, this will really increase my stride, and it's going to help me with my arm swings. So that is a brief overview on using Nordic pools. I'm Senhan Anderson at One Step Ahead Mobility. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, my name is Steven Sheffer. I am the creative director of Improv for Work and Wellness. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Looking forward to talking to you today. Okay, so we are here to talk about improv. And we believe here at Improv for Work and Wellness, we believe that the skills that we use on stage are applicable to your life with Parkinson's disease. So thank you for checking us out, and let's unpack this a little bit. So first things first, I'd like to start by talking about what is improv. So we're gonna start there, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about the genesis of our company and how we got our start doing improv with people who are living with Parkinson's. And then from there, I'm gonna talk about the improv mindset and how the mindset we bring to shows can also be useful in our lives. And then from there, we're going to do a warm-up and then an exercise. Okay, so what is improv? I'm asking you, not a rhetorical question. I know I can't hear you because this is a video, so I'll answer the question for you. All right, improv, we define improv as being the spontaneous creation of stories or making stories up on the spot. This is what improv allows us to do, and the skills that we practice in improv are what allow us to spontaneously create stories. And this is something that we, the facilitators and people working for Improv for Work and Wellness, have been doing for pretty much our whole lives, a lot of us. In fact, we've been doing this show in New York City called the Dirty Little Secrets Improv Show for coming up on about 10 years now. And we were doing the show, and somebody in the audience was there from Mount Sinai Hospital, somebody who works with people who are living with Parkinson's. And she invited us to come to the hospital and lead a program there, getting people engaged, getting people playing with each other, and sparking the joy that improv sparks. And this ended up being the seed that was planted that has now grown into our burgeoning company. It all started with our Improv for Parkinson's program here in New York City. From there, the program has grown. We formed collaborations and partnerships with other theaters to develop the program. And now here we are, our own company, Improv for Work and Wellness, and the Parkinson's programming is a huge part and bedrock of what we do. So now, when we are approaching an improv scene, when we're getting up on stage to make up a spontaneous story on the spot, there's a mindset that we bring to the work. And there are 3 tenets, 3 facets, 3 pillars to what we call the improv mindset. And I want to talk about one of them today. This is seek positivity. All right, let's unpack this a little bit. Seek positivity. What I love about this idea is that it's all about what can I say yes to? Not only what can I say yes to, but I am looking for what I can say yes to. I am seeking positivity. In improv, this is part of what we need to do to establish the bedrock and foundation of any given scene. We need to find agreement. We need to stand up on stage with our partner or in an exercise room or in a Zoom room like we do for our Improv for Parkinson's program, and we need to be able to say yes to your idea, jump on board with it. And you need to be able to say, yes to my idea and jump on board with that. This is what Seek Positivity is all about, looking for what can be said yes to. Now, I think there is an important distinction to be drawn between seeking positivity and being positive. Being positive is something that you slap on. It's more like a state of being, whereas seeking positivity is about this active act of looking for what I can say yes to. I may not be comfortable now, but I'm in the active act of getting comfortable, looking for what I can say yes to. This is what we bring into our work when we're practicing the skills of improv. So let's start with a warm-up. This one is called Cartoon Face. So I'm gonna call out an emotion, and then I want you to show that emotion big and bright on your face, okay? So here we go. Let's start with a basic one, or a primary color. Happy. Let's see it. Let's see your bright, big, beaming, exaggerated happiness. Let it radiate out from you. You can make sound if you want, or you can just smile. Okay, let's morph that into sadness. Let's see some exaggerated sadness. Okay, let's transform that into frustration. This is like a grumpy frustration. Okay, let that one melt away. And now let's bring in a feeling of peace. Show peacefulness on your face, exaggeratedly. Okay, great. Let's let that one go. In our Parkinson's workshops and our programs, we would be playing with this idea more and passing it around, taking suggestions of emotions from participants. Here, obviously, it's just me talking to a camera. Improv is best done in groups. Okay, so for this next exercise, this one is called Yes, Let's. And this is all about the enthusiastic acceptance and saying yes to a suggestion. So I'm gonna say, let's, and I'm gonna insert an activity, and then we're gonna throw our arms up in the air and say, yes, let's, and then enthusiastically do it, okay? All right, so here we go. Let's make snowballs. Yes, let's. Doesn't matter that there's no snow here, this is improv. Nailed ya. All right, okay, let's try on a hat with a huge feather on it. Yes, let's. Enthusiastically wearing a hat with a huge feather on it, walking down the promenade. Okay, let's read a book. Yes, let's. Ooh, I love this book. The tension is crackling. Okay, now let's hear one from you. Let's eat ice cream? Is that what you said? Okay, yes! Let's! Okay, fantastic. We can let that melt away. So again, same thing. In our program, we're passing this around and we're taking suggestions from the group and we're all giving and taking, making suggestions and then having the group receive it with enthusiasm and yes. Foundational aspect of improv. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Of course, this is just a little teaser trailer, and I hope you will check out our programs. We're called Improv for Work and Wellness. You can find us online, Google us, or go directly to our website, which is improvforworkandwellness.com. Check us out, and again, thank you so much for watching this, and that's it for now. Bye.
Hi everyone, welcome to the U-Turn Parkinson's Empower You demo. My name is Jordana, I'm the program manager here at U-Turn, and I'm also one of our coaches. Today I'm going to be walking you through an Empower You demo that will be a full body strength and conditioning workout. We're going to work on your coordination, your balance, your strength, and so much more to help you live your best with Parkinson's disease. U-Turn Parkinson's is a free of charge wellness center. We're open 5 days a week, offering you exercise classes, support, and community to help you live as best you can with Parkinson's disease. So follow along with me today to get a taste of what our Empower You class offered in person and online is like. And let's get started. Alrighty, so we're going to be jumping right into a couple exercises here. If you haven't warmed up yet, I would encourage you to get your body moving a little bit if you're planning on joining me in the exercises that we're going to do coming up. So the first exercise that we're going to do today is our bird dog. So bird dog is opposite knee, opposite arm, reaching up above. If you're in a seated position, you're following along here with me, opposite arm, opposite leg. Same exact thing if you are standing. If you are able to stand, we're going to be bringing our hand up above our head and our knee as high as we can, comfortably holding on to that balance. The slower you go with this, the harder it will be. We're working our balance, we're working our core, hanging on to that core nice and tight. If you hold here, you're going to have to work your balance more than if you pick up the pace a little bit. If you don't lift that hand as high, if you don't lift that knee as high, it'll be a little bit easier to hold your balance. Same thing if you're in that seated position. We're bracing our core, sitting on the edge of our chair, lifting our arm and our knees as high as we can, comfortably. And if we hold here, our core is going to have to work a little harder. Our quads are going to have to work a little harder before we switch. So let's do 10 more here together. We've got 1, 2, good. Lifting as high as you can, remembering that you can go faster than I'm going, you can go slower than I'm going, moving at whatever pace works best for you. Couple more here on each side. Excellent. Next, we're going to move into just a classic squat. So if you want to stand with me, we're going to stand with our feet shoulder width apart. Our toes and our knees are going to face forward, and we're going to sit back into the backs of our heels. We want to make sure we keep our toes on the ground as well, but that we're sitting back into our heels. Our toes aren't coming off the ground, but neither are our heels. Squatting down and back up. Excellent. You can keep on moving with that movement if you're working out with me. If you're in a seated position, I would like you to lift one knee up, extend that leg out, bend that knee up and in, and place it back down, switching to the other side. Knee up, leg out, knee in, and down. You can hang on to the back of or the bottom of your chair for extra support there if you need. Trying to sit as tall as you can. Perfect. If you are standing, you're still doing those regular squats, any pace that works for you. If you are seated with me, nice slow movements, bringing that knee as high as you can, straightening that leg out as best you can, bending that knee, and then down. Enough of these and you're going to feel it in your quads like nobody's business. And let's shake it out. Next one we're going to do is our shoulder press. So if you have weights, now is a great time to grab them if you would like. We're going to take our arms out to the side and we're going to be pressing up overhead. I don't have any weights today. I'm just going to take it a little bit easier. If you have weights, you're going to hang onto one in either hand, pressing straight up above and straight back down. My elbows are just slightly in front of my shoulders, so I'm not pushing all the way back, but I'm also not all the way forward. Slightly in front of my shoulders, pressing up, looking for as straight of an arm as I can do without pain, and then back down. Lifting your shoulders over your head is just not going to happen today. We're going to bring our arms in front of us, and we're going to have our elbows come out, kind of like a wing, some sort of wing on a bird. We're going to bring those shoulders up, those elbows up, and then back down. Perfect. So you're going to stay here if you would like to stay here. You're going to be pressing overhead if you would like to press overhead. And then the heavier weight that you grab to press over your head, the harder this exercise is going to be.
All right, the last thing that we're going to go over today is a little bit of boxing. Boxing is included in every Empower You class that you attend, whether you join us in person or online. So today I'm just going to teach you the basic 6 punches that you're going to see when you join us in class. So in your boxing stance, you're going to start with your dominant leg back and your opposite leg forward. So I am right-handed, which means that my right leg will be a little bit farther back than my left leg. It's going to be the exact same thing if you want to join me from a standing position, right leg back, left leg forward. If you are left-handed, it will be the opposite, left leg back, right foot forward. So in your boxing stance, standing or seated, let's tuck those elbows, hands into your chin. That front arm, so whichever leg is more forward than the other, that will be your front arm. Nice and straight extended out from your face is your jab. So we have your jab. Opposite arm coming from the back is going to be your cross. Nice long arms on your jab and your cross reaching directly out in front of you. Good. Then we have our front hook. Again, front leg, front arm, front side is our front hook. Hooking around, front hook and back hook. Front hook and back hook. Good. Then we have our front uppercut coming up as if we're coming up under the chin. Popping up, palm faces in, front uppercut and back uppercut, front uppercut and back uppercut. And then we'll reset with our hand in at our chin. Let's see it once more all together. We have our jab, cross, front hook, back hook, front uppercut, back uppercut, reset. Nice job. That concludes the boxing for today.
Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions or concerns or want to join an Empower You class, you can find more information on our website, uturnparkinsons.org. My name is Jordana. I'm our program manager, and I look forward to meeting you soon.
Welcome to our U-Turn Introductory to Tai Chi. The purpose of this lesson is to help introduce new and exciting ways to get the body moving while living with PD. Keep in mind that Tai Chi has been around for centuries, and with new advancing ways to help integrate it into our lives, Tai Chi is a very effective and very useful tool to add into anybody's exercise program. This is going to help benefit your reflexes, your mobility, strength, memory, as well as to help you feel good. So if you're ready, let's get to it. We're going to begin with a simple, basic warm-up exercise called the log roll. This is going to help with engaging our knees, as well as helping in our core strength and our arms to build that mobility. So first thing you want to make sure you do is stand with about feet shoulder width apart. Make sure that your posture is nice and neutral, meaning that your shoulders are back, your abs are engaged, and we're going to begin by having our palms just over our thighs. Make sure to relax your face, relaxing the body. Feel like you're being pulled down by an imaginary rock, and we're going to rise up. Let your fingers stay dangling down, breathing in, stopping at about the shoulder height with your arms. We're then going to bring the arms back at the forearms. You're now in this position. I'm just going to angle myself so you can see me as well. So we want to sit just in this position. From this move, we're now going to roll that log, pressing down. Be sure to keep a relaxed, constant movement of up and down, moving that body, breathing in, breathing out. It's imperative that we focus on our breath, as this is what's going to help move blood through the body, helping those muscles, helping warm up. Let's do a few more of these. Last one. We're now going to move on into what we call the four walls. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep our palms resting over top of one another, facing upwards towards the sky. And we're going to draw upwards to our lungs. And then we're going to push out, forcing those walls that are trying to cave in on us away, getting a little dynamic tension. Draw in. This time we're going to press with one palm down towards the floor and then one palm up. Returning to starting position. Remember to concentrate on that breath. Breathing in, breathing out. You can also change the positioning of your up and down. So north and south is the directions we like to go by. If your left palm goes south for the first movement, you can go north with it in the next time. Remember to keep those knees bent. Relax those hands. And returning to start position. For our last exercise of the day, we are going to introduce to you what's known as the Elder's Gourd. This is to help work on core strength, root, which is learning to sink down and have strong legs, as well as strong arms and strong back. So we're going to take a relaxed position to start. We're going to draw up, make a fist, drawing in under your chest, and from here, from shoulder width apart, sink down, bend those knees, tuck those hips, breathe out, pushing those fists outward, making a nice circle with your arms. We're going to open up our palms, release, draw up, and out. We're going to hold here for some static tension, working on our root, working on our core strength. If you need to shuffle out a little bit more, if you want to build that confidence, sink down, working in those legs. 5, 4, open palms, 3, 2, 1. Very good job. So that concludes the introduction to U-turn Tai Chi. Remember, guys, that Tai Chi, like any form of exercise or even martial arts, is about progression, learning to take your time, work on the steps. So in order for us to walk, we need to learn how to properly step. And that's why we do the exercises in a controlled way, so you can learn the technique, learn how to build on the basics. So soon enough, you'll be able to walk without giving it any kind of thought. Tai Chi is going to help improve in many different aspects of your life, building on your muscle strength, coordination, relaxation, breathing, as well as to enhance areas of your life such as feeling more relaxed, feeling less stressed, boosting your immune system, and more importantly, helping you feel more fulfilled in your life. Because remember, we're here to help you turn your life around for the better. Have a great day.